If you could score 3 quick touchdowns in the, first, second quarter, let's say first half, you can get up, 21 to 23 points, and maybe you've held the other team to a touchdown or a couple of field goals. Yeah, then you can kind of do whatever. You've got a little bit of a cushion, but I want to see them push. Last year it seemed like we were just trying to put teams out. And even though, was the Titans game, was it like 46-6 or something like that? Those are the games that you love to see, but it's not going to happen a lot this year. We got an extremely tough schedule. So my one wish for the Lions organization this year on the offensive side of the football is please keep the foot on the gas. Be smart about rotating your players in and out, right? At the end of the game, if you're up by a bunch, get some different looks. Get some other guys in there. Don't risk injury. We said it all last season. Don't risk injury if you don't have to. If you've got a good cushion, there's no reason why you have to leave Aleem McNeil in or Aiden Hutchinson in. Like, give some other guys an opportunity. Now, I know you're not coming into the week with 2 sets of defenses and 2 sets of you don't have it. But you can get a couple of guys out. And I would say, let's not risk injury. Let's rotate in and out as much as you can, but be smart, man. Keep that foot on the gas and continue to put these teams out. Who cares what it looks like after the game? If you beat someone 50-0, great. You embarrassed them. Forget about the norms. Like, you got one chance to beat this team, and you got one chance to go win a Lombardi. Go do it. Right? Don't worry about what anyone else says. Just turn the shit off. Just go do it. Eric, do you have anything you want to add to that before we get to the next update on injury?
No. I just truly believe that the Lions are going to be a run-first team this year. I think that Gibbs is a superstar, absolute superstar in this league in the making, and if they don't change it up from 50-50, then there's something seriously flawed with the Detroit Lions thinking.
Maybe Scott Young in the chat. This is hilarious. He says, "Good morning, everyone. Hope all is well." He says, "Funny story. I got to the stream playing in my car while Will was explaining Give Gibbs the Rock. Guy in the car next to me rolls the window down and says, 'Hey, tell Will I agree. Give Gibbs the Rock.'" That's hilarious, man. That's funny stuff. Thanks for sharing that, Scott. That's awesome. That's good stuff, man.
That is so cool. Some of my friends, we used to play music, and a particular group of friends we had a band. We were at a stoplight one time, playing one of the songs that they had just recorded, so we were listening back to it, and somebody at the stoplight was like, "That sounds good. Who is that?" My friend was like, "It's me." But it's funny, man. That's a great comment from Scott. Maybe Gibbs changed his number to 0 because that's the amount of, he's like, this is the amount of sharing that I want to do this year.
I think it's F's given.
Yeah.
I think it's 0 F's given. Like, he doesn't give a F no more. He's just going to run all over you. But speaking of number changes, before we get to the Rodrigo injury update, both of you you've talked about this, but the reason why Terrion Arnold changed his jersey. So it wasn't abundantly clear when this came out last week. So when we were reading through an article, I think it was Tim Twentyman is the one that I highlighted last week about the number changes. That's all that segment was about. After the fact, after the show, it became more clear that Terrion Arnold is doing this for more than just a number change. So it was Kyrie Jackson, right, of the Minnesota Vikings that passed away last season. It was in a car wreck. I believe he was hit by a drunk driver, if I'm not mistaken, yes, or allegedly. So my brain may be a bit foggy. Thank you for clarifying, Eric. So probably exact reason why the NFL wants to crack down on this stuff too, right? So he was lost way too early. Obviously our heart goes out to him and his family and his friends. Obviously Terrion Arnold was good friends with Kyrie. So he's changed his jersey to 6 to re-represent Kyrie from his days at Alabama, right? Was it Alabama? Was
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie was there, right? And he wore number 6 in college. So last year it was Ifeatu Melifonwu that wore number 6, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So now that Ifeatu is gone, it gives Terry and Arnold an opportunity to represent Kyrie. So I just want to say a big shout out to Terry and Arnold, man, for doing that. I think that it's incredible. Obviously, losing a friend's not easy, and losing a teammate's not easy. Losing a family, it's not easy. And now this is going to give him some extra drive, every single game, suiting up with Kyrie on his mind. So big shout out for doing that, man. I think that's incredible.
Yeah, that's a great thought. I saw a lot of Minnesota Vikings fans on Twitter that all of them were like, all right, Lions be damned. I'm a fan of this guy. Just easy to give somebody respect like that. That's, it's just devastating. But yeah, Terry put out a tweet, just said, going to live forever through my brother with the number 6 jersey. So that's what the emotion and the brotherhood and the family feeling of football at its best, man. That's awesome. So when we see Arnold in 6, there is significance behind it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The number 6, they always say that there's 6 degrees of separation. Mm-hmm. Right. I wonder if he's embodied that at all, if he's thought about the 6 degrees of separation. It's just it's a theory out there that we're all connected, between each other.
That's a good thought.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that'll be a t-shirt later. That's a good idea too.
That's a good thought. Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, obviously the background's changed a little bit. warriorthread.com. That domain will be up and running here in the next couple of days. That's where you can find your merch directly. Obviously Detroit Lions Journal or Detroit Football Journal, excuse me, will also be a .com. You'll be able to go directly there to get the articles. There'll be more articles pumping this week. It's been a long weekend, just trying to repair things, obviously. Bus trips. So we are less than a month away from deposits being due. So Lions bus trips at rockdown.com. If you need information, you can visit the Buy Me a Coffee page, and there's information on the 3 away games. You got the Bears, the Packers, and the Vikings. I don't know which game's going to be first, right? But on May 15th, that's when the door is going to open and close immediately. If we don't have deposits in between the 1st and the 14th, these trips won't happen, because either they won't happen or they're going to get more expensive. Right now, I have a lock on what the tickets are going to cost. But if we have to pay regular pricing, it's going to go way up. So check out the Buy Me a Coffee /Rockdown, the Lions away game bus trips. Nobody else is doing this. All inclusive, luxury accommodations, phenomenal food, great people, good energy, right? Good time to go explore other stadiums with 50 other Detroit Lions super fans. So it'd be a great time. Get your deposit in. Call me, text me, email me if you have any questions. We'll make sure that we get them all answered. So, Eric, what's going on with Rodrigo? Oh, one more thing. At Michigan Panthers Football is the new Panthers Football podcast. So it'll be a slow-going project. I will do some writing on the Detroit Football Journal as well for the Panthers. But if any of you are interested in UFL, if you'd like to do a podcast, reach out immediately. We'll get you going. Also, if you want to write, whether it's for Detroit Lions or the Panthers, give me a call, text me, email me, whatever. We'll get you going immediately. Anyway, Rodrigo, good news, bad news? What is it? What's the news?
A little bit of good news.